Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here.
Audio. Audio? Yeah. Seems okay. Okay. So the stream's about to start. We're just waiting for Richard to come back over. There you go. I think it's all good. Just checking a couple of little things. Yes, I think it's all good. He's happy. Okay, so there you go, guys. Welcome to the live stream of the Ancient Drone Racing Show. I am Harry and I'm wearing grey today.
And I'm Richard. So thanks very much for joining in, past, present, and future. If you are joining on this live stream in real time, remember to add as many comments as you like, preferably good ones. No, it's very much like a chat type thing. So very interactive. So
Thumbs up and all that stuff. Yes, and subscribe if you haven't done already.
Okay, so what's this one all about?
What do you want to do our tune? Our sign in.
Okay, we'll sign it in.
We'll do a sign in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Ancient Drone Racing, Ancient Drone Racing, Ancient Drone Racing. Yeah. Okay, so what is this live stream all about, Richard?
It's all about the RC Subskimmer, or ready control boat / submarine.
Yes.
So it is our version of a scaled RC Subskimmer. There's no other easy way to say it.
It's a very special kind of SVD. Yes.
So yeah, Special Forces Delivery Vessel, and is based on our research into the SAS, I think.
Yes, so the British SAS had one, and very rare, and not many people ever saw it. Yes, so and we did a series building it on an RC one,
and certainly not a common sight.
No, you know, I think in the world there's not too many of them in existence, but we thought we'd make one at scale, and then yes, so we can jump over to the other slide.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump over the other slides and see it on there.
Hey, dude. Okay, Happy RC has joined us. So he says, hey, Harry, hey, Richard. Lots of smiley faces and waves. That's nice. Cheers, man. So, last week, and Robert enjoyed. Awesome, man. Thanks very much for the effort, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. The request last week was, can you do more live streams?
Yes.
So we thought we'd give this week a go. So the aim at this point in time is to do this live stream,
and then we'll do our normal
and then go back to doing the episode.
Continue
editing, making, and then hopefully all going well. Then if we've got any extra time at all, then we'll do our Sunday live stream, going back to the coaxial concept RC aircraft.
Yes, so that is the plan.
That's the plan at this point in time, right?
Yeah. Time is an interesting thing, and there's only so much time in the day and night. So there you go. So that's the plan, and yes. So what is the plan for this live stream? We're working on the Subskimmer, and there he is behind us. And there he is. There you go.
That's the guy. So we're gonna in a couple of minutes we're gonna jump into what went wrong on the previous live stream
of this guy.
Of this guy. So
we're going to have a look at that in a second.
And then we're going to go and look at the results. But
and I thought we'd bring it up and show you what it looks like.
You'll be live stream the live stream.
The live stream. Well, there you go. So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for tuning in.
And what was the episode this week? The episode this week was all about the VTOL dropship.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, we're going to dive into that and hopefully into the next live stream.
But yes, it's quite big, and it's even getting bigger. Yeah. Very, very big now.
So we were attaching the wings, weren't we?
We were doing the wings.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Full on last week.
It was very full on to get all these machines running and everything's working perfectly to make that episode even a possibility of even thinking about it. There you go.
And could we give them an idea of what might be, if all going well, what would be the episode for next Tuesday? Just so you get a little sneak peek.
So we'll be back making something Maybe a little bit different for the channel. Yeah, doesn't really happen too often on.
No.
So it would be.
So we've got 2 sponsors to give you an idea. We won't say exactly what it is, but there's It's FPV have come on board.
Yeah.
And Hobby Wing have helped out quite a bit with that one.
Yes. So that's not telling too much, but you might have an idea what might be coming up. There's a hint. There you go. There's a hint.
I think we might be doing a couple of them.
Yeah. So you'll all will be revealed on the next live stream, or on the episode when it comes out. There you go.
Yeah.
You'll know when we know. Yeah, so anyway, so we'll just have a look at this guy. Just bring it up.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And there you go. So he's quite large. He's inflatable rib design, and you can kind of see him there.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got the cowling on the back at the moment, but that's fine.
The cowling's over here, brother. So that would go on like that.
Oh, hang on, there you go.
For looks, more than anything.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
So 3D printed outboard. Yes.
Yeah. So
you can see the thrusters at the top there. That's for underwater submerging operations.
that's right, and they tilt, don't they?
They tilt up and down, and they've got drone motors in those ones, and you can kind of see it there. And in that middle console,
This one. This is where the battery and
batteries and receiver and all those sorts of things are. That blue thing. Can you point to the blue thing?
I don't know which is the blue thing. You
There.
mean this one? That one there. That's the ESC.
ESC for
water.
the outboard. For that guy. Yes.
Okay. So what went wrong on that live stream? We're going to review the footage in a second.
Yes, but yes, so there you go. So it's an inflatable rib, and the idea is that it goes along the surface at speed, which we have tested on the. Well, it's huge. Yeah, thanks. It is pretty big, and it's
That was mainly because. it was okay, interesting. Are we multitasking at the moment?
okay. Carry on. What were you saying?
I mean, technically you could do that. Anyway.
Possibly. Anyway, what were you saying about this one?
Everybody wants us at the moment. Okay.
Okay. Hot demand, hot commodity.
Okay. Okay. So 3D printed design. Right?
The hull was made on the K1 with multiple pieces.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
then-
sure how many. And I think it was mainly in PETG from memory. I'm thinking sort of like 60% infill.
Yeah, quite heavy. And then
And it's really weird because, of course, in the maybe we could go back and look at it too.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
And the design, it sort of hooks like that because you allow for the pontoons. So that's kind of a weird thing to do.
And then the pontoons are the proper PVC, the proper inflatable, PVC stuff. That boats are made, inflatable boats at full scale are made out of.
And the idea is, of course, in a normal submarine, what will happen, and like the real thing too, what happens is the pontoons deflate.
Yes.
And then you go into submarine mode.
Yeah.
And then you use the dive planes to push down, right?
Yep.
And along, and then also use the outboard to steer. Hence the reason why it's got a rudder
made it into the back of it.
which is authentic to the real thing. So there you go. See that little rudder on the back
Oh,
there?
this bit here.
Yeah. So that's what it uses for the once it's submerged. It's not actually used as an outboard on the water.
Happy says, Richard, tell those ladies to wait. We are busy with RC stuff. Good call, my man. Good call.
Good goal.
Yes. So it's kind of an interesting design and a very rare. I don't think anybody that I know of in the world has ever made one at any RC one. So I think it's the only one in existence. We can't claim it, but we might as well claim it because who else? It's pretty secretive kind of squirrel stuff to even see it.
Yeah, I think get a photo of it. I think one time we saw it in like a history magazine.
Yeah, years ago, and Wikipedia had like a couple, maybe 2 photos or 3 photos of it. So it's very kind of secret squirrel stuff. Pretty cool. They made them in different sizes. On operations, they made them at different sizes. They had usually it would be an 8-man team across this with Drager systems or those sorts of things.
Scuba equipment.
Scuba equipment and those sorts of things.
So effectively, they just sit in it, and then they go down.
Down for when you get super close and see for squirrel was the plan, I think, as far as we could work out.
Yeah. I don't know if it really took off too much, and of course they won't confirm or deny that they ever used it or not.
Yeah, but we can pretty much claim that they did. It was pretty cool, and the idea is you have a big team, like an 8-man squad in there, or they even made bigger ones too for a bigger team.
Yeah. And so some of them had jet motors for like jet boat type stuff, And then I think there's a modern day take on it as well.
Yeah.
It's more sort of, it's different again. It's more like a submarine look.
Yeah.
But it goes really, really quick when it's on the water.
Yeah. There you go.
Out on the plane, I mean.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on, but first we're going to go and jump over and have a look to see what went wrong that day on Livestream. So then for the people that are just come on board onto the channel, and then they kind of have a bit of an understanding what the history of this guy is. So let's go and have a look.
So did you want to look at some of the build part?
Oh, we'll look at that as well.
Okay.
Okay, which part do you want to look at first?
Well, I've got that part lined up.
Okay.
So I guess maybe just start there.
Yeah.
Okay, you good?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe bring it up as big screen, and then I'll bring mine.
Full screen, yeah. And then
you.
I will jump over to the other one. But yes, hope you guys are having an epic week. And what did you guys get up to this week? Or what are you guys getting up to this week?
I think it's that one. Yeah, that'll be right.
Yeah, this one.
Just me in it, but that's okay.
Okay, so
So this is so this is just straight from our own channel, actually. And, yeah.
So yeah, this is on Livestream, and there Richard is coming back. So he's just put the Subskimmer out in the water, and we're going about to. Looks like I'm piloting it, and we're going. Oh no, Richard's piloting it, and I'm chasing it. Is that right?
Yeah, you can probably jump forward a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty much.
Setting up. So yeah, so this is in Tihami in Pai here there. You're about to take off. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so so this is on board a 5-inch racer?
Yeah, 5-inch. Yeah. This is our which frame was this one? The
KiwiFil, I think.
Yeah,
It's got some pontoons underneath.
just in case it goes in the drink. But yeah, you can see it out there.
It's quite funny because it's actually, we've already got a camera set up, see of ourselves.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're getting chased by a dog that day too.
Well, the drone was, not him.
No.
Okay, so there it is. You can see it on the right. He's just going to do a spin in a second. It is. Okay, so there he is. So there's the boat out on the water. It's at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, there it is there.
It is overshot.
But yes. Yeah, this is the same spot that we put the other boat in on the last one of the last episodes for the boat.
Hey, thanks for joining the stream there, T and Tapestry. Yeah, welcome to join on the chat, everyone.
And looks
So
like
I think he's lost it, isn't he? Oh, there
Yeah,
it is. He's oh, there he goes.
But yeah, so it can hop along pretty quick. So it gives you a scale of speed and those sorts of things.
And the interesting thing about this one, that the actual water floods the entire
Transom.
transom, everything. So on board, everything's wet, which is what you want in a subskimmer, but you wouldn't want on a regular boat.
No, you wouldn't.
Happy says he's been working with the high winds. Been great for indoor flying and editing videos. Yeah, for sure.
Nice, yeah, okay.
Your channel's come along quite well too there, Happy.
Yeah, very cool.
Seen some of your cool stuff that's come out, especially that big helicopter. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so anybody who watches in the future or present, you're welcome to go and check out Happy RC Flight.
Yeah,
Recommend his stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think that's it there.
That
So
was
I
it.
think Richard's lost. That's the key point there. Is that what you can't see? I'm bringing the guy out, and there you go. And so that's pretty much there. That's where
it went. The issue was. So what?
So then Richard just went in and I went and got it.
So what the issue was is this. This is the issue. So what happened was this drive shaft
Popped off.
snapped in half. So inside the inboard
3D
the
print.
outboard, should we say?
The outboard. I love the bubble trail that leaves behind in its wake. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it actually goes quite well because the pontoons keep it right easy to pump up onto the plane, right? So what happens is, where's the drive shaft? There, just show it.
Okay, so normally this is where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be inside here, and then it bends up to the motor up here. That's where we made it do that. Maybe you can bring it in a little bit closer. Yeah, so that's where the drive shaft's supposed to be. Come out that little hole here, and then around there up to here, and that's where the motor is. But it sheared off halfway inside. So what the objective of this live stream is to get inside there somehow. I don't know how yet, but somehow cut inside there, because it's one big 3D printed mold. And then somehow we get inside there and replace it with a new one. Is the plan, a new piece,
And then cut that. To fit.
and then cut it all to fit because.
And then also what we might have to do so it doesn't happen again is we might have to hack it even more apart.
Oh yeah.
Before we can make it better and make a 3D printed tube.
Yeah.
A guide effectively. Even though it does have a guide in that one, but I think
The guide
it
might
wasn't
Good enough.
ideal.
No. So there you go. So that is the objective of this live stream. And Happy says, "Hey, thanks for the shout out, guys." Yeah, no problem. Man.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Cool, good. No problem.
Anytime.
And I guess we were talking about the odd transom shape. Maybe we could find that kind of interesting.
Might be not in that video.
No,
It'd be
it
like
is.
one of the original ones.
Yeah. I'll just go back and have a look because it's kind of interesting, and you don't see that sort of thing.
And how's your week been, Happy? Have you had a good week? Hopefully you have. I know you're talking about it being pretty cold outside, but needs a stiffer tube. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
That's what we thought we'd
that's
do.
what you thought we'd do. So yeah, so you need it to bend, but I think there's a bit too much oscillation in the drive shaft. So yeah, that's exactly what we have to do. So because there isn't one, and we can't really roll one, can we? We don't have a tube that's that size, right? We can roll. We'll have to design and print one, I think, and then insert that inside this one. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we'll just look at this one, Richard. I think this has got it. A little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, it's got a bit of it. I just wanted to show you what the shape of the 3D print is kind of
Okay,
interesting.
so this is one of the previous parts of the episode.
There you go.
You see, stiff is like so it can hold grease, maybe. Yeah. So that one actually does have grease in it.
Or did
at one point.
I just go to there, maybe the build's too far. Oh yeah, so there you go. That's the shape of it. Yeah, there you go. See how it's like that? Kind of an interesting shape where it goes in like that.
Just for the pontoons.
Just for the pontoons to fit. And then the pontoons are effectively kind of glued to it. Is that how we do it?
Yeah. They've got they got glue along, and then they've got sort of effectively like strips.
Is
going
that how we
along
do it?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, so top and bottom.
Effectively, just a very kind of similar design to
So here we go.
a normal rib design.
But it's weird though, right? It's weird designing like that.
It's weird designing in that kind of weird way.
Hopefully you can see it.
You can kind of see it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That strip that goes along.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Heavy. Very
Heavy,
heavy.
man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly heavy, that guy. But of course, we don't have to worry about weight because it's a boat.
So it's a boat and it's inflatable, so it's all good. And we want actually weight because submarine is what it needs. We might even have to add more lead to it to get that the submergible side correct when we get into that phase.
Which phase?
The submergible side. When
Yes, you might have to add even more weight
or ballast.
because ballast is always an issue when you're doing submarines. It's kind of like a trial and error type thing. A little bit less.
Very much so. Yes. Okay. So how are we getting on?
And you kind of need like a really good pontoon, like something with no, like a vat kind of thing, really, don't you? Or like a water trough.
Oh, to put it in and take it out all the time.
Yeah.
Add a
You
bit.
don't want to have it like where there's like ocean swells.
Ocean swells, no, not so much. But yes, so that's what we're going to get done today. To leave it there.
And yeah, we're going to continue on with the coaxial aircraft, but yeah, not on this particular live stream.
Yeah, you want to be a submarine on demand, not by accident. Very cool. Okay.
True point. Okay, so what's the plan of attack? You're gonna start disassembling it and then reassembling type thing?
I suppose so.
The hard thing about this one is we didn't, when we put it together, we didn't allow, because of the nature of where the screws were and stuff, we had to glue it together, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't,
Interesting one, yeah.
we couldn't bolt it and then just unbolt it.
Yeah.
So it may get a little messy, basically.
Yeah, and we might not be able to get it out. Who knows? But we're going to try.
We're gonna optimistically try. That's
Optimistically give it a go. What do you reckon about there?
yeah. I think you can see from there.
We can also bring the camera in and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the plan of attack?
What should we just do? Go on with a Dremel, do you think? Oh, what do you reckon? Dremel
can
on
we
it?
get the how do we get the drive shaft off? So maybe what you need to do is take the motor. Am I in your way? You take the motor off first because it's on that top plate, right? Because it's bolted to it, eh?
Okay.
So if you could take this plate off the top, right? Then that motor would come off, and then everything else is effectively like slots, right? Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
Or was it a drive shaft? Was there two pieces that made a hole?
That was 2 pieces this way.
Two pieces that made a hole.
One this way.
Right.
One that way. I mean, if we damage it, we'll have to like a new print on it, but it's minor.
I guess effective. Worst comes to worst, we have to reprint it.
Yeah. Did you guys custom make the ear tub along the side? Yes.
Yeah, everything's custom.
Everything's custom.
Yeah.
The apart. That's
There's nothing not
a lot
custom.
of work. Yes. No. Nothing's not custom on it. Everything's custom. These are all made, handmade, designed. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's custom.
Yeah.
Oh, except the motor wasn't. Yeah, we didn't make the motor. Yeah, but everything else.
I think the blades are custom too because we had to cut them all to fit.
Yeah, the blades were too long, so we had to modify them. So
We
yeah.
didn't have like little mini ones. Okay, so maybe pop these off. Pop those off.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll get the screwdriver.
Screwdriver. Yes, let's crack into it. Yeah, the it's kind of an interesting one using. I'm not sure if other people have done this, but crafting PVC is an interesting one, or Hyperlon, depending on the type of boat that you're making as a rib. They work in the same principle, using the same glue, don't you? No, different glue.
No, same glue.
Same glue. Yeah, no, same glue. And it's an interesting technique. It's all in one of the episodes that we've made in the past. But basically, what you do is you paste it on, and then you have to wait a little bit of time, and then you have to heat it. Yeah, with like a heat gun or like a hairdryer or something, and then you have to make sure it's all perfect, and then make your way around. And yeah, so we made a rib section, then we put a tail on, and you make your way around. So a part of boats don't put much curve on the drive shaft due to extra strain. So maybe changing the angle of the motor might be a long-term fix. It's an option.
Yeah.
But more of like a redesign. I guess what you could do is go in and then redesign this shelf, like an angle a little bit more, so it's facing forward.
But you probably would be doing that, right? Because you'd be. But the problem is, of course, is it's facing. Unless the only other thing is because at the moment the motor's fitting like that, right?
Yeah.
So that was the neatest angle. So it goes like that and then bends down, right?
Yeah.
So the way to do it, I guess, what you're talking about is you'd have to angle the motor, right? So that would be a redesign, right?
Only for the top section.
You'd have to angle it like that, so then that way the motor doesn't bend as much.
Yeah. But first we have to get it out, and then we'll worry about the next part, yeah.
I guess you'd still have to get it out regardless, right?
Yeah, you still have to get it out. Okay.
Even looking at it now, I'm like, how am I going to do that?
Yeah. It's an interesting one.
Maybe one of those spatulas might do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But yes.
An interesting one.
An interesting one.
Conundrum.
Do you want me to start with this?
I can. Apparently, there's the. Your what?
Do you want me to start with this?
Sure. That one there is apparently bumped straight in there, but there's no way of bumping it in.
Okay.
Any idea how to get that one out? Because it's been pushed in. So there's a rod. What we're looking at is there's a rod that goes through the transom, basically. That pivot point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that we, once again, we also glued that in. I was still had to come out, man.
It was a one-way fix. It was supposed to be just like a one.
One bam, done. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, we'll just maybe work some magic. If we have to, we might have to go up to maybe more extensive tools.
Yeah. I mean, technically, you want the weight off that, on that bolt.
Which one?
That bolt, because otherwise it's on the boat. But if you can take it off,
Then you can.
then you can actually really go down on it. You can unplug all that and push that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas? Any ideas, man? It was never designed to come apart, man.
Well, can you bend this back up?
What?
Can you bend it up?
Bend what up?
Well, cut around here or whatever. Make a.
I'll try.
Even if it gets a little bit. Otherwise, I can get the soldering iron and then we can melt it off. Yes. Happy says, I just wonder if the 90-degree turn is too much. I'm not sure, just throwing it out there. Most of my boats are scale, so they go slow, not much stress on the slow boat. Yeah, that's for sure. Good point.
But we want it to go fast.
Yeah. Well,
We
maybe.
based it off, we did base the design off what other outboard designs have done, right?
Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those things too.
They
Maybe
might-
maybe
they-
they were for going for slow, and we want to go fast.
We go fast, man, gotta go fast. But you only figure that out once you've done it.
Well, that's right. And then once we had to go for a swim, then we worked it out. So it's all part of it. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, we might be able to tilt on an angle and just be a slight redesign. But nothing's impossible.
Might be a bit annoying.
Yeah, maybe slightly annoying, but it's just it would be just the top plate as a reprint. I don't think the bottom part would need to be reprint. What do you think? Is it coming out?
Hey.
You think it's going to come out? Or do we need to go back in with I could put a soldering iron beside it, and then you can put on both sides of that, and then pull it out like that.
Okay.
Don't know. Maybe. Where do we put the plug in?
Hey?
Where do we put this plug in?
It's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, for sure. It looks so good as it is. it doesn't have the drive shaft, man. But anyway, it'll look better once it's all finished
Back
off.
together, yeah.
Obviously, a craft knife around the inflatable is not a good part.
Good idea. No, that's right.
Have you got any events coming up there, Happy? Any, I know that sometimes you attend some pretty exciting RC aircraft events. Do you have anything on the horizons?
That's heading out with you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go on
Sure.
this one?
We can do it.
On this? Does it work on this one?
Which one?
Instagram. What's that on your one?
I don't know. You could try my one.
But yes. Heavy says you could just ask to see the real special operators team boats so you can copy the real one. Just an idea. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would it be okay if we just...
Come on, man, be a sport. Come on, man.
Come be a sport, man.
We got a YouTube channel, bro.
I'm trying to recreate what you did.
Yeah.
No, I feel...
I feel they would say no, they might say no. I don't know. I just got a feeling about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
might
you-
do I?
You may have to do it. Something else, John. Swap over. Oh, yeah. Tape it.
Where's the thing?
Alright.
Yeah, a second.
No, just keep working on it. A little bit too hot at the moment. No, not hot enough, sorry. I thought if I made it like a little bit of a hole here, we could wiggle it out. But yes. Oh, hang on. Happy says, yeah, I'm planning to attend another RC event this weekend, but depending on when we get a bunch of snow. Oh yeah, of course, snow. Yeah, weather's an interesting thing. Actually, it's been what has been up here? It's apparently at the moment we're in a big flooding thing, and yeah, it's like a it's like a big warning, weather warning at the moment. So the state of emergency has been called. So there you go. That's what's happening up this end. Tell him he won't tell anyone. We're just gonna post it on YouTube for millions to see. I'll tell the special forces guys. Yeah. Come on, man, be a sport. we can keep a secret, can't we? Yeah. But yes, it's pretty cool what those guys do. Looks like a fun job. But yeah, so just going around it just to try and heat out the 3D filament, and that way we get the idea is that I'll be able to get that shaft out, and then we can move it out. I think. Well, that's the current theory. That's the theory I'm going with anyway. The one that's inside is a carbon rod, and that was working as a hinge. So I thought if I got that out, then I could remove the, if it's possible to come out, then I can remove the outbuild off it, and then we'll be separated, and then we can start really working on it. Yes, that is the plan anyway. And how fast do you reckon it goes? I don't know. Pretty quick. Hops along all right. Might not be the fastest outboard. It's running on a 4S system for the outboard. And I think it's 4S. Yeah, and the motor's run on a 3S, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. Might be able to bring the camera in so other guys can, when they tune it, they can see a little bit closer. Might be a bit, make a bit more sense to people what you're trying to do. I don't know. We made it pretty good. Too good, eh? Too good. That epoxy is pretty slick. Do you think the friction of the shaft caused the filament to melt around the shaft and as soon as it cooled down it stuck?
No.
It's a possibility. I don't think that was it though. What I think what happened was when we put it in there, we didn't have a perfect alignment. That there was a bit of a wiggle room, and I think that's what caused it. I mean, we'll find out together, but I'm pretty sure that that's what caused it. So.
But it's
we'll find out together again.
It's a possibility for sure. It'd be interesting, eh? Like if it melted up so much that it just welded it.
That's possible.
I guess anything's possible. Interesting thought. Interesting. How are we doing? Got the camera here.
Yeah.
That'd be easy. Maybe bring it in there. That way it's over the top.
Yeah.
Would that be better?
If you want to, yeah. Maybe you can be able to see from a different angle.
Let's try that, eh? I'll swap angles so you guys can see the different vector. Is that better? Yeah, you can see that.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, there you go.
That's right, we've got like different
camera angles.
Different camera angles going on. This one?
I suppose so.
Which one?
Instagram.
Not that one?
Instagram. Maybe later.
Oh, do you want me to do it from my own phone?
Do whatever you got to do. Okay, so I'm not sure how that's going, but anyway. And then how are we gonna pop that sucker? It's a PETG on the top piece, and then underneath is oh no, it's all PETG. The whole thing's PETG. I was gonna say it was not PETG, but it is. I think I misunderstood. Is it supposed to have to be 2 shafts with a coupling? Yes. So inside, which you can't see, which we haven't got to yet, is inside. There goes from here, and then there's a coupling joint that joins the shaft to the other piece. That's still inside. That we're going to try and get out somehow, and then that part there, and it's sheared over there. So there's a coupling that's still inside. There's a drive shaft. And then it sheared itself down here on the drive shaft itself. So what we're going to do is we're trying to go on there and replace that piece is the plan. But it's becoming quite tricky. But maybe we'll be able to get it, surely. But yeah, tricky.
Go. That was it. We can do it.
Do we need to cut through here, do you think? Do we need to cut it off?
Welcome to the live stream. So at the moment we're streaming on YouTube and on Instagram at the moment. So if you want to see what's happening closer up, head over to the YouTube page. What is the it's a high kV motor, right? What is it?
What kV is it? It is 1800 kV.
Thanks for joining in.
1800 kV on this character.
Okay, so this is the RC Subskimmer is what we're doing. Alright. Okay, so what do we need to do?
How do we get it off?
How do we get it off?
Yeah, how do we get it off?
You grab it with pliers and pull it?
What's this?
There.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Keep digging down, I guess. What else could you do?
Is it glued all the way down? No.
Nah, just to that first section.
Just that top one, eh?
Just that first section,
Yeah.
But yes, it's coming there. It's it was made too good.
Good.
And we didn't make it to come apart, so
Yeah.
the idea was just to go in the one way, and then that's it.
Yeah, so if you're just joining the live stream right now, what we're doing is we are adjusting the RC Subskimmer, which is of our design, based on the British Special Forces, and we just scaled it down. So it's half boat, half submarine, and at the moment we're streaming on Instagram and YouTube. So if you want the sort of full experience, sort of join in on the YouTube, but the choice is yours.
But yes. It doesn't look like it wants to move at all.
Yeah. I guess it's like that. You just gotta keep chipping away at it if we want to get it done.
And we do.
How is the motor mounted on? Okay, so there's a plate that Harry's digging down on. So
butchering?
The butchering. And so what's happened is on the plate there's 2 screws that go up underneath it to mount the motor. So that's one issue, and the other one is, like you were saying before, they're heavy. The coupling. So the 2 halves of the outboard just under that plate, under that top plate there, joined together, and that's where the coupling is, and that's what we actually need to get to. So it's actually second stage down, yeah. Ironically, it's not at the first stage, right?
No, we had to make it so good that it was
nigh on impossible.
Impossible to get apart.
But keep working at it, we'll get it.
Oh, we'll get it. Yeah.
So what he's trying to do at the moment is he's trying to dig down to take off the, there's a carbon fiber bracket there, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to take that off, so that way we can take it off the boat effectively. So then that way you don't have to sort of be too delicate with it. You can be a bit more aggressive, which is what it's all about. So yeah, thanks very much for joining in, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, so yeah, at the moment we're streaming on YouTube and Instagram, and it's about RC Subskimmer. So join in. Maybe a different set of pliers too, like vice grips might be better.
Vice grips?
Yeah, so vice grips should be just behind you.
Vice grips, yeah.
Give you
an
Yeah.
idea. That might work.
And how's everybody's day going? Is it pretty good?
Hopefully everybody's having a great time.
Been staying out of trouble.
As the rodeo guys always say, make some noise.
Make some noise. Get the clip on it, get the right size, and then do it. Yeah, yeah. So it's on pretty aggressively, right?
Yeah. Look at that. That's pretty aggressive, isn't it?
No movement at all.
Too good.
Too good. So what's actually holding it on? You've got this part here, right?
Mm.
And there's no glue on the bottom, I know.
Oh, it might be. I don't know. I can't remember.
But you might not need to. Like for example, there's two ways of getting it off. One, you could cut down.
Yeah,
Obviously,
sure.
You could cut that across, and we
And
could
then
join it
just
later.
drop it.
And then that would drop it off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You could do that. That's one way. Or you might be able to. I was thinking like fold it back and then fold it back in. Would that work? I can't remember if we glued the bottom section. I thought we only glued the top for that reason.
I thought we only included the top as well.
But you may have to cut it. But, we can repair it.
Oh yeah, yes. Repair it. It'll be brand spanking new by the time we're finished with it. But there you go. That's what happens when you're live streaming. These things happen. So I thought it'd be kind of cool.
It's like anything that's been sitting. It's been sitting there for a while there. So we really did want to get it back in working order.
And I also want to go submerged stage.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. All good.
Again, that's
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so just chipping away at this.
chipping away at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks very much for everyone joining in the stream.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
I think your head's slightly in the way. Huh?
Ah, look at that. I think I
Oh,
got it.
You got it.
I think we made it. Oh, look at that. Here it comes. Yes.
Knew we did it probably.
Yeah, I just need a little bit of...
Okay, so it's working. It's coming off.
We made it well.
I thought we only joined the boat.
Look at that.
That's what we're talking about. The safety pin is removed.
Safety pin.
And then you can take it off the boat. Look at
All right, look at that.
that. Okay, got that boat?
Yeah, I got the phone.
Cool. That's great.
Yay.
That
made
makes
it.
our life
We
a
made
lot
it.
easier.
We made it. Okay, so maybe...
So we need to disconnect those wires. Do you have a bit of tape? I'll go and get some tape.
Are you
can
going
write
to
on.
disconnect these ones?
Well, yeah, to get off the boat, right? So then that way you can put in the vise.
I'll put it on the vise and work on it. Yeah. So there you go. That's what it looks like anyway from that side. If you can see what it looks like. So yeah, if you're tuning into the stream, we are working on a fully 3D printed Subskimmer design
That we came up with, right?
that we came up with, and yeah, it's and also it's an inflatable boat as well. Kind of an interesting design, and we thought it was cool, so we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just happy us.
Right. So if you just joined the stream, you're welcome to join in on the chat. It's fairly informal, and yeah.
You can see us there.
Huh.
Yeah, there you go. You can see. All right.
What's that one? That's yellow one, I guess. Yellow.
Hey.
So I'm just writing some labels up so we know where they all go.
Oh, yeah. It's a good idea.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Just this is the
Yeah.
coupling here, right?
Which is the yellow one? Done.
There's a yellow one, yeah.
Okay, there's that one. Yeah, there's one.
Yellow.
What else is there? Red.
Yeah, black and red.
Red.
Separate these ones. They've been
There you go. Red.
well
Red.
and truly glued up nicely, so we can so they don't get water leaks. The water doesn't get in there, but there you go. We're gonna have to take that little sealant off so we can get to it. but it's going to come away. We made it so you can take apart.
That's good. I was pretty sure we did. Okay. Start disconnecting, I guess.
And what about Happy RC? Does he have an RC boat?
Yeah. He said he did.
Oh, what kind? You said he had a slowish design, eh?
What was your boat that you guys have? Does anybody else have an RC boat or submarine, for that matter? A little bit more exclusive, the submarine ones, but it's not impossible to get. All good.
All good so far?
Yep, all good so far. Yep, so if you're just joining us on live stream, we are currently on Instagram and YouTube, and we are just doing some modifications to our 3D printed design inflatable
Boat.
So it is a
Slash submarine.
So it's a half submarine, half boat, radio controlled, of course, and it has an interesting thing where what happens is the pontoons will deflate, and then you'll go into submarine mode. And at the moment, we are working on the outboard, which, when it was out on its last live stream out on the water, the drive shaft decided to shear itself in half. So that's what we're improving or trying to fix.
There you go.
This guy. So this is our outboard or 3D printed outboard design.
Yay, you got it apart.
So yeah, working apart now. It's actually quite heavy, eh? He's been getting into some boats the last couple of years, been looking at some subs. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
What sort of, what's your favorite?
Yeah. We can hear it. Oh.
Can hear it. Crunchy crunch. Crunchy crunch crunch.
Okay, so what's the next phase, Richard?
I'm not too sure.
So one idea is we could put it into the vise and start cutting this way.
That way. You might be able to put it in the vise and start craft knifing it.
Yep. Okay.
And that way the whole thing will come out. I can do that. And you can grab
Move the camera
move the camera over there.
Yep.
And what else? Do we need to fire up anything else?
Hey?
Do we need to adjust, add anything else or anything like that?
Don't think so.
So this is us over here. Just adjust the angle.
Just move the cameras over so you can see what's going on.
Probably don't need that one on anymore.
Not so much at the moment.
No, I'll just, is it this one?
Yes, turn that one off temporarily. Okay, we'll swap cameras over so you can see what's going on. Yep, tilt it up a little bit, actually.
No, like that. Is that straight? Is that good?
Yeah, it's better, much
You can
better.
see it now? Yeah. Thanks so much for joining in, everyone. Okay, so we're just working with this 3D printed design outboard here, and we are attempting to fix it. So what we need to do is, this is the outboard that we designed, drive shaft, the motor's up the top here, and then it has a drive shaft that runs all the way down out to the end. But what happened in live stream, when we were out on the water, it broke halfway through. So we need to repair that. But
we made it too good.
we made it too well, so it's glued together. So I need to.
So it's sealed because we don't want water getting in there.
Yeah, so it's sealed. It's got a top plate, and it's got two halves that make the hole, and
Where the
in
coupling
there
unit
is the coupling. So that's actually where we want to attack.
Yep. Happy says, I have a few fireboats. Cool. And a tugboat with water cannons on board, and a couple of speedboats, and a 24-inch jet boat. I'll have to make some videos on them. Yeah,
For
like I
sure.
said,
Yeah, sounds cool.
Wow, fire the water cannons and everything.
That's pretty cool. Eh?
Thinking about doing a 3D printed sub, but haven't decided. No, nice. It's a cool idea. Yeah, subs are interesting things to make. The one that we made on the channel.
So we've made two, right? This one.
Well, this is the second one, yeah. The first one was, it's a Russian submarine kind of design. And it's we made it so it inflates the ballast, and it's got one internal ballast right in the middle of it. If that doesn't cut it, you can try the Dremel out too, because I don't think those walls are that thick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just do a light touch, and if that doesn't do it, we'll just use a Dremel on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's got one ballast that goes in the middle. And we've added 3D printed dividers in it, so then you don't get you get an even spread of water displacement.
That's right,
because
because
it all just go to the nose and it all just goes down. It has to be distributed cleanly. I'd get the Dremel out, which it doesn't look like it's bending.
Because there's 3 different type ways, I think it is. One, you can do it with
I use the hacksaw. Hacksaw, see?
you can do it a couple of different ways, right? You can do it with the driving the motors down.
Yeah, there's different methods of submerging.
Like a rover. I was thinking of it. With
Like an ROV.
with an umbilical cord.
Yep, something like that. But our particular one, we went for an old school design where it uses the original kind of
PWM.
PWM
Crystal radio stuff, right?
Crystal radio, so you can get more penetration into the water. Whereas the new 2.4 gigahertz, actually a lot less. You need to use the old school way to get better penetration. Sounds pretty good, said Heavy. Yeah, no, cheers, man. Yeah, it's funny how the old school way is always the best, eh?
Funny, yeah. You can get down to like what? To a couple of meters down?
Yeah, like I'm not sure exactly, but yeah. Otherwise, what happens if you're using the like 2.4 gigahertz?
It's like 10 centimeters or something?
Yeah, it just bounces off the surface of the surface, and you don't get the penetration. Yes.
Could even just swap that around, yeah.
Hey?
Put it on a different one, even. Just take it turns.
Sid's joined. Cheers, and Sid, thanks for tuning in.
Excuse me.
But yes, we're
Man, it is tight, eh?
Did you get any release in it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just get get some tools out.
I mean, I got this in.
Yeah, you got that in. That's cool. And where's it? Where's it Dremel? I can use the hacksaw. Try that. If that doesn't do it, we use the hacksaw on it.
Yeah. I mean, you done one thing. You made it well.
We made it well. I made it very well.
Made it too well.
Happy says, yeah, and if the fish starts floating, turn down the transmitter power. Nice.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working now?
Yeah.
Yep, I think it's working. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's under.
Just take your time with it. We just used epoxy in there,
so that way it would be hard, but it
wouldn't be.
The idea was so that way it would be hard, but it wouldn't be impossible to get out. That was the
thinking behind it. Yeah.
That was the mindset, right?
Yeah. But yeah, maybe. What do you think next time? Do you think you'd just do the same thing, or would you put bolts to hold it together? But the thing is about bolts is then they'll get rusty,
and then you get another problem.
And then you got a different problem. Maybe just continue with the glue.
The old glue, man.
But yes, thanks very much for tuning into the live stream today. We appreciate you very much. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite nice that people tune into these live streams that we make. We like sharing them with other people. So there you go.
It's cool. Yeah.
This is a durability test on the boat drive helmet.
What do you say, like 100%?
100%.
100% durable.
Yeah, so it's we designed this one in PETG, Richard? Or is that part there?
No, it's all PETG.
It's all PETG. Okay.
Yeah.
So we must have made it well. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you think it'd be so hard to get off?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But yes, inside what we're trying to get to is the coupling mount. And once we get to that, then we can drop the coupling and put the next one in, is the plan, right? Is that pretty much it?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, maybe a redesign or...
Oh, we're getting there.
Are we getting there?
Yeah.
So see some clamshell action.
Clamshell. It's like they say, like steaming like a clam, right?
Very much
Oh,
so.
look at that. Woohoo!
Okay.
Oh,
Ta-da!
look at that, eh?
Whoa, look at that, eh? Wow.
So there we go. That's what we're looking at, guys. Yeah. Yeah. There's the issue right there. That's what the issue is. Yeah.
So it's sheared where we thought it was going to shear. So yeah, and then if you look inside, Can you see the lighting in there? Yes. Maybe I can see it. Oh, here. Yeah, you can see the lighting for a second there.
You got to you can grab one of those.
I'll
torches.
grab a light. Hang on. You can see what's going on inside. I'll just bring the light there. There you go. I'll bring the light over so you can see what's going on. So you can see inside there, it's been made so you can put the drive shaft into it. Is that it there? Now you can see that tiny little hole. That's where the part goes in.
Magic happens.
The magic happens at that end. So we must have made that correctly, so that's good.
It wasn't. I guess it's not impossible to take off.
No, not impossible, but just really, really hard. I can fix that later, it's fine. So that's what's happening.
So there you go.
What are you guys doing? We are... Andy's doing the live stream. Yes, so we are working on the 3D printed outboard is what we're doing. We're repairing it.
Doing some repairs on this Subskimmer outboard. Yeah.
Happy's seen some waves. Hey man. Let us... Cool man.
Okay, so we just managed to disassemble the drive shaft and the motor housing.
So yeah, that's the drive shaft. And then we need to take this one off and swap it with a new and a better looking one. Because it's shared on Livestream. You can see the share point there. But I mean, we must have been pushing it pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good to see that you can actually get it apart too.
So what would you do from there, Richard? Do you think you just put it back together like that? Or would you...
Or do some modifications.
Or would you do some modifications?
Or
do you just put it back together and see if it...
Oh, like as is?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you guys reckon? Do you think we should modify it?
Do you think we should modify it, or do you think we should just
put it back together?
Put it back together and forget about it. What do you reckon? It doesn't look like an outboard. An outboard for ants, yes, well, fair enough. It's for small people. Well, it doesn't look like an outboard because I've taken it apart. That's why, you silly goose.
But yes. There you go. If you look at that part, what's that part? Right. Just wanted to see if the shaft worked.
Oh, yeah. Just get this stuff out of the way. Get the glue. Okay. So at the moment we're live streaming on Instagram and YouTube.
Happy says it was supposed to be clapping for cheering in the background for getting it apart.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks.
Good effort. Thanks, man.
Okay, so there you go. So that's what the...
that's what we did. We managed to take it apart.
So this is what it would look like in its entirety normally. So what happens is it will look like that once it's all looking apart.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
When it normally sits there. And then you'd have the propeller sitting out the front.
On the back. At the back.
At the back that you don't see, and that goes up into the shaft.
So I guess you are right, it is somewhat steep.
Somewhat of a steep angle inside there. But it has worked. So it's not like it's like one of those things where the design didn't work. It worked.
Just didn't work all that long. Right?
No, well, I mean, it worked a few thousand revolutions, but not a few 100,000.
It's not doing the millions now. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Can we go and grab the list then?
When's that supposed to?
Hey?
Oh, okay. Yeah, how would I get that out? I'll just start melting out the side.
Might have to Dremel cut and then add a
Dremel down here?
Add a new channel shaft.
How do we get that in there?
Okay, so that's where we're at. So we did manage to get it apart.
So we want to take it more apart?
Well, you can only take it apart to put it back together.
Oh yeah, so what, chop through here?
Hey?
We're going to chop through here?
We'll do some more savagery.
Savagery.
Do you have a cloth? I'm going to grab one, hang on. At least it's looking apart now. We can access that.
Yeah, it's starting to come together, guys. Yes, yes. And what else we need to do? That one will be. We can drop that shaft, and then we can put the next shaft in.
Are you gonna do like an internal bore, like a new bore into it? These are the things that we have to decide, basically.
Well, we can drop this one. We can drop this old one.
Yeah, nice. Thanks.
Probably drop that. Need a crescent, 2 crescents.
A crescent and a. Is it an Allen key?
I don't even know if we need the Allen key. Just 2 crescents.
2 crescents.
Well, I got a pair of pliers.
I got a crescent.
I think you can just pop that sucker off.
There you go.
Okay. Take that collet out, and then maybe we'll be able to pull that out.
You don't take. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. I'm with you. It's separate. You're in.
Pretty sure. So you have to hold this one and you pull that one.
Okay, we'll put that one in the vise. Give it a pull.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Do you want to go and get at it?
What do you think? Can it come out?
Is it coming out? Okay, so he's trying to get the collet out of it. Is what's happening. Thanks very much for joining in, everyone. Yeah, nice. So if you're just joining the live stream, we are working on the Subskimmer. At the moment, we are repairing the outboard, which is this one here. There's the outboard design that we came up with. And at the moment, what's happened inside the shaft is for the bends to come to here, motor sits on here, and what happened is it sheared itself in half. So one, we managed to get the top off, and 2, we're halfway through repairing or taking off that last shaft section.
So maybe a hex wrench or something?
A socket set.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. Would that work?
I mean, that'll drop it off the motor.
Yeah, and then you can pull it. Right? Is that too big?
Bit big.
No.
Too small. Maybe this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. So it's starting to come together. So remember, join in on the chat. Add your comments. And we'll see where we go. Yeah. All good?
Yeah, it's, we've got thread locker on there. Maybe put it in here. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah. Whoops. Just realised that thing's behind it.
Yeah.
There you go. So separated that. There you go.
Good stuff. So, okay, so we're 1 collet away from being disengaged from that guy. Okay.
Making progress. That's good. I'll put this back in so we don't lose it. Have you got your collar?
Just there.
I'll put that over there so we don't lose it because it's kind of one of the key parts of this whole thing. So.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
Think you better get it?
Oh, that's the idea, isn't it? I mean, technically, there's nothing actually technically holding it. You could do it like a pin. You put a...
Can you pin from the top?
Yeah.
Can you
put
do
it
that?
in the vise and then have you got a punch?
Yeah, what kind of punch do you need?
A nice one. One that's designed for it. Yeah, thanks very much for joining in. Thank you. Yeah. Happy says, a bench vise is the most underrated toy workshop. Yeah, it's definitely something that you need. I guess people don't talk about it too much.
No.
They always talk about like fancy tools. You got this Ryobi such and such, but they never go, I ever got a vise.
No.
What about just a straight nail and then whack it through?
Whack it through?
Yeah. just try to get a nail or something.
Yeah, now what we do. Oops. It's okay.
Try that. Straighten up the nail and then do it.
Yeah,
So
still.
go and grab that here.
I'll go and do it.
I can go and do it.
You did it last time.
Alright.
Oh.
So, yeah, let's go. He's going to do that.
Yep. Yeah, you can stop this one and then jump on down.
Okay, so there you go. Thanks very much for joining everyone on Instagram. And if you want to keep seeing what's happening, jump in on our YouTube, which is also live at the moment. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for doing it. There you go. So that's that one done.
Cool. That gives it a bit more room. Okay. So we'll just go and do that. Keep going. We'll keep going with this build. And maybe we ought to get in there. Let's have a look.
Look at that. Just go shoot.
So yes, you can see a bit of rust in there. That's the only thing actually holding it there. So maybe a bit of inox in there. What do you reckon?
We'll do that one. Go shoot. Have a look.
Not now.
Tomato.
Yeah, don't. But yes, it's, I think a little bit of rust is holding it in, and maybe I'll get.
Oh.
We'll do it in a bit. But yeah, we'll just get a bit of inox or something like that.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got some stuff. Okay, so that's where we're at on the set. Yeah. And how's your day going there? Happy? Having a good day? Hopefully you are. Oh yeah, you're gonna just...
Let's put a bit of penetration in there.
So what are we using? Just Corrosion X?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll let that work and then you're gonna head off and you'll be back in a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah, gotta do something else and then come back. Okay, we'll carry on.
Alright. Harry's gonna go and do something for a couple of minutes.
I'll be back in a second.
Got an appointment or something. So you'll be like, what? 2 minutes?
Oh,
Maybe 5?
Yeah, maybe
Maybe 5 minutes? I'm just gonna carry on and try and get this off. And then what do I need to do?
Once you get that part,
Where did you put that
it's over here. It's just sitting on this.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's just
And what else do I need to do?
Well,
I need to, am I gonna cut this open or?
possibly just try. If you can try to put in it'd be the easiest way would be just to put the shaft back in, right?
Okay, well we'll see how we go. Alrighty.
Because what you could do is you could add like a little bit of collet here.
Oh, I know I need to pry this out. So then that way we can join it back in. It'll be the right length because you can only do that once it's attached.
Okay, then we'll
So I'll do
shop
that.
through.
Okay.
There you go.
I got the plan of attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this off, and then I'm going to, once I've got this disassembled, then we can disassemble this main 2 struts. There's 2 pieces left, and then we can worry about what we're going to do in the future. So that's what's happening. All good? Everything's working, Harry?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Okay. Can you hear me and see it? Everything's going okay? Maybe raise it up so you can actually see my head. Otherwise it looks
Invisible.
nearly headless Nick or something.
But then you can't see what's going on.
You can just back it up a bit.
How's that?
That's better. Yeah. Cool.
I can see a second.
Okay. So is everything coming through nice? Give it a thumbs up or smiley faces, eh? Yeah. Just so you can see if everything's coming through correctly. Hopefully it is.
I'll take the one wheel down.
Yeah, you're all right. Okay, see you in a couple of minutes. Yeah. So yeah, so it's been quite extensive. Oh yeah, cool. Cheers, thanks very much. Okay. Sounds, it looks great. Awesome. Yeah, so it's actually quite good that today was a live stream that we can do it today, because the last couple of days it's been there was like a big storm warning, sending, you know, what do you call it? The weatherman was sending you text messages saying that there was big weather bomb, hurricane, thunderstorms, lightning, but it was just a little bit of water, so maybe a little bit overrated for our particular where we live, but yeah, it wasn't extensive flooding or anything like that, so hence the reason why we can do it today. So So that's good, because otherwise, yeah, when the power goes out and stuff, you can't really stream, and then the network drops and bad stuff happens. So yeah, pretty happy that today we were able to stream. So something to look positive about. And what we got here? You see, the new mic's a real winner. So nice to be able to hear well. Oh, there we go. That sounds a bit like I was trying to think of like Red Riding Hood, right? Nice to see you. Nice to hear you. But yes, it is good to have something that can be enjoyed. Go to that kind of level of effort you want to be able to actually hear and see us. So that's good. Yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, it's still gripping on there and it won't let go, eh? Okay, so that's what we're continuing with that guy there. So normally the collet goes on top of it like that, over that, and then screws up tight. But at the moment it is gripped on, and it must be a little corroded inside, but it's not releasing. It should, in theory, just pull off, but it is not. There's been a little bit of an issue. So Happy says the weather people do that here in the USA too. It's like they have something to talk about. Maybe 50% chance to storm, no matter what happens. They get their job. Yeah, I guess it's all good if you've got the job to see. There is a good movie that we watched. I can't remember. It's with the girl from Taken, the actress Maggie Grace, I think it is, or it might be the other way. Yeah, Maggie Grace, I think. And she does one with a storm. It's like, I think it's called like Hurricane Heist. There we go, Hurricane Heist. And it's kind of like that, but he's a Met weatherman, but he's like a really cool dude. So he has one of those storm chasing trucks, and he can bolt into the ground, and he's got bulletproof armor everywhere. And yeah, it's a cool film. It's a cool film. There's a heist, and people are trying to steal money, and there's bad guys and big shoot up and everything. And Propstuff says, hello everyone and fellow FPV rippers. Thanks very much, dude, for joining in. It was requested last week for everyone that we should do an extra live stream. So that's what we're going to do today. So we've got an extra one today, and then hopefully again later in the week. That's the goal at this point in time. And this one's all about the outboard for, well, hang on. Where did it go? Hiding. Anyway, oh, there it is. It's the outboard for the, here we go. Outboard for the Subskimmer. The drive shaft broke on the last time we were out on the live stream. We looked at the reviewed the footage of it last time when we were streaming live, and it shit itself in half. So we managed to get the drive shaft out and the motor out at this point in time. And at this point in time, I have to disassemble this coupling here, if I can, and then I have to disassemble this part here, which is two halves, which go either side of the coupling. So then we can either, well, long term it would be to be able to join it back together again, and then put a new drive shaft back in, which is over here. Ideally do some kind of adjustment. There we go, there's the new one. So then that way it will fit and it won't do it again. And there's the engine. It's the engine. We are running a, what is it? It is a D3 720 18,000 kV motor. There we go. Yeah, nice. Grass planes. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Grass planes. Give me like a bush plane with like this big, big like a top wing plane, and then the big bouncy wheels. Is that what you mean? Do you mean full scale, or do you mean, yeah, because it could be, it might not be, it might be full scale. They're cool planes. It'd be good fun to do stuff with them. She's not coming out, is she? Oh, maybe. Come on. Yes. Woohoo! I got it out. Nice one. It's a personal victory. There you go. I managed to get it out. So that collet's fine. And there's the broken one that was jammed in there. He's not so fine. Harry's at the moment, he's off doing something. He's doing like a little errand. He'll be back in a minute. And so that part's good. So we're one step closer to the cash, as Joe Rogan would say. And how's everybody's day going so far? Weather spotting is fun. Needs to be trained and certified for that. Whoa, that's pretty cool. And Robert says, no, the field that he flies at is not allowed to because the... Fair enough. Yeah, don't like that match. Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. Cheers, man. Thanks very much. Yeah. You wouldn't want to... it's quite explosive. I think they call it CNC, isn't it? I think. But CMC, no. LPG, and then there's another one. CNC? I think it's C. I think so. Compression natural gas. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, CNC. It's not so common over here now, though, in New Zealand, but it used to be something that everybody did. They did the LPG and the CNC on their cars. Yeah. So it's cool. Radio Master. Yeah, no. Thanks very much for joining in, guys, on the stream. And all right, so what I've got to do is I've got to disassemble this part. So two halves here, this side and then this side. So I need to cut along here and I need to cut down here, and then hopefully they'll pop apart. And then we're that much closer to finish it off. Yeah, so it's going along so far. So far, so good. I'm just going to check to see what everybody's saying. Yep, all good. What sort of Radio Master? What sort of Radio Master are we talking about? Which one? Does it have a model? I assume we're talking about the transmitter, or are we talking about an aircraft? Because there's two different types, right? We might be talking about the aircraft. All right. We do the same thing that I did on the top, maybe? Guess so. There's no right way of doing it. I assume just keep working at it. Yep. So they've glued them together, unfortunately, so I have to sort of whittle away at it. We didn't put it together with screws. In hindsight, it might have been easier, but saying that, it might not have been. You know, if there's... was the last time we used it was in the salt water, so that would have had an effect, wouldn't it? You probably wouldn't have been able to get it off. That's what the chat says. He doesn't want the T, is it T81? No, T8L. It comes in a couple of days. Yeah, that's right, yeah. John of RC, who reviews the TX16S. Okay. Okay. The Boxer, yeah. A friend of ours has got the Boxer. It's quite good. I think, which one do we have? We have, I think we've just got the T16. They're quite good though. Do we have it here? Is that right? No, we don't. No, it's the jumper. No, we've got the jumper here, not T16. But, yep. I guess I'll just keep whittling away at this. Proving to be somewhat troublesome. What does it say? Apparently it's already been in stock and it's sold out in only a couple of places. Okay, it's for sale in a couple of places. Yeah, T8L apparently. You need it, okay. Okay, there you go, guys. What's so special about the T8L Radio Master? Does it have some extra features? Like, I'd imagine it has, it'd be able to talk to you and stuff like that. But what else does it have? Does it have, I don't know. Does it have the ability to send telemetry straight into it directly? Actually, should I bring it up on the feed? We might be able to do that. Let's have a look. T8L. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can multitask. Yeah. Yeah, T8L. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can bring it up so you guys all know what we're talking about. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, yeah, got some pictures of it up there. Hang on a second. Let's look. Hang on a second. Ha! Is this what we're talking about? The T8L? So it's the T8L Radio Master, right? Is that what we're talking about? Sorry, it was... Okay. This is the pocket. Fair enough. That's pretty small though. Yeah. So I guess it kind of looks like a bit like the like a radio console, right? Yeah. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Which color are you gonna get? Is it the blue, the grey, or the white, I guess? Yeah, it must be. So that's what I think we're talking about. Is that right? I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I think we're just looking at the, yeah, we're looking about we're looking at the Radio Master T8L. Which is on the screen now. And I managed to get that collared off, so that was cool.
Yeah. I'm back.
All good?
Yeah. I'm back, yes. Yes, so all good.
Yeah, and Props has just joined us.
Oh, cheers, man. Thanks for tuning in. I just run some errands.
Multitasking.
Multitasking, yes. So what else are we doing? So what are we doing? Is taking that collar off?
Collar's off.
Oh, so how did you get that off? Was it alright?
Yeah.
Did it come off alright?
Just as it came off.
Come off itself?
Yeah.
Which part are we up to on that? The stream, Richard, on the chat. Which part are we up to?
Closest one. I haven't read that one. Yeah, they're just talking to each other. Here's what you're talking about, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of pockets.
Oh.
Is that the Radio Master pocket?
Yeah, I think so. Did you do anything else? Take it off or?
No. That was hard enough.
Oh, yeah, you're making some headway. Do you want me to do it for a little bit?
That's alright. You can do what you're doing over there. Man, that's not coming off. Ooh.
But yeah, the collar's coming along quite nicely.
Yeah.
I'll put that collar back in so we don't lose it. I thought that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm talking about this, by the way, guys. You want to know. Make sure they're all grub screw. Oh, hang on, maybe there's a bit too much light. Can you see it now? There's a little grub screw there that holds to the drive shaft on this end. I'll just put that back in so we don't lose it. Kind of a hard piece to find. If you lost it, not so good. Yeah, they're talking about the Radio Master Pocket, Richard.
Oh yeah, maybe bring that up so then everyone can see what we're talking about, including us, Harry.
Props. This is the most comfortable radio we've ever owned.
Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Hang on. How do we do that? Radio Master Pocket, is it right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just bring it up so you can see it. So they can still see Richard. Oh, that's just me. Hang on.
That's okay. Don't worry about me.
There you go. You can see Richard. I think this is the one that we're talking about, guys. Is this the one? I like the clear one. The clear looks cool. And the gimbals look like they can...
Where does it look like? Oh yeah, so it looks a bit like the Boxer, right? Like what Jay had, Harry.
Yeah.
Looks quite cool, eh?
Yeah, nice and sleek, small design. Good for packing things away. It's not gonna, you can put it in and stuff. Put it in your bag. It's not gonna break.
Yeah, you don't really want to pull out something huge.
To be honest, it just reminded me of the Beta FPV SE too much. I got to have a screen. I got to have a screen for line of sight flying. Maybe we can switch that one. Which one is that one? All these different
Transmitters, man.
Transmitters. What do we normally use?
So we've got the Jumper 216. We have the
Beta?
X-Lite Pro. There are a couple of those. And we have a Trennis X9D.
Oh, this is another one. Cool. I think that's the one that we're talking about. These fellas. Very, very cool. Nice and small. I do like that shape. Like we normally use
like sort of PlayStation, Xbox kind of.
Yeah, I do always like the controller one, especially for flying like FPV drones and this sort of thing. The Fly Sky Nevada is where what we're talking about. Best radio ever. Fly Sky Nevada. Okay, let's bring that one up.
Flight Sky.
Fly Sky Nevada. Good name. Good band.
Great band.
I think that's the right one. Let's have a look. Is it this one? Interesting gamer style. Interesting. I haven't seen this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one.
You seen this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of looks like Batman.
Batman's wing. Interesting.
What makes it cool, that one?
Yeah, what makes it...
You're talking about like super functional. What?
Yeah, you can put HDX on it. So that's one thing. And mine is completely converted over to HDX.
Okay. Sounds right, eh?
That's a good question there, Heavy Art. Does it have a module bay for Express LRS or something at the back?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, after all, you always modulate and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, interesting question. Let's see if we can turn that around. Oh, there's the back of it. Yeah, it looks like some sort of port on the back. Don't know, I haven't seen this one myself, so I'm not as helpful as I could be. Interesting shape, but it looks like it can be. The most comfortable radio you ever had in your hand. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I don't think this design ever come from New Zealand?
Which one?
This guy, I've never seen him.
The Flysky one.
Flysky one.
Might be.
Might have done. I mean, I guess we could have missed it. No, interesting. Interesting design. It's like the Batwing. I wonder why they call that Nirvana. It's got 14 channel. What does it say about it? 14 channel. It's got Supports. Oh, it's got external modules on the back. There you go. So to answer that question before, it's got external module.
The ability.
Ability on the back. Robert says he used Express LRS or Crossfire. Okay, yeah. It's good for pitch. Is it good for pitches or thumbers? Seems like the switches on the top are way back, way far away. And Protsov says that he's a Zorro thumber. Oh, Radio Master thumber. Nice. A Zorro. Yes, very cool. Happy says he seemed like I tried to fit one on it and it wouldn't fit. Maybe needs a nano. Okay. What do we use on the FrySky FrySky X Lite Pro? What's that? That's a nano version, like a tracer.
There's a tracer nano. Yeah.
There's a tracer nano, something like that. So yeah, but we did convert one for this guy, we didn't have another module for that one, so we converted a normal size module, like a JR connector,
and they did a 3D
and
printer.
converted it to a like a small. How are you getting on with that anyway?
Tough one, that one.
Tough one?
Mm.
Do you want me to have a look at it?
Yeah, a second. Yeah, okay.
They looked. I'll just bring the camera over so you can see Richard working on it. They look far, but they are perfect. Where they are, but also have huge. You might have slightly larger hands. That's true. Oh, so the Zorro was a remote as well. I thought you were just talking about like the Masker Zorro. It's unique because it caters for guys with short fingers but huge hands. Okay, let's see if we can find that one. Radio FrySky Zorro. That's interesting. There you go. Oh, okay, yeah, hang on. Oh, yeah, we brought it up on the screen. Yeah, so we must be talking about this one. Interesting. No, it's got a little LED screen there. Yeah, see, I'm talking about the maskers there.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, huh?
It's right.
Yeah. I like the remote gamer kind of thing. Oh, yeah, so this is the one that we have. Something very similar to, oh, well, not a red one, a blue one of the FrySky X Lite Pro.
Yeah.
I like the carbon fiber. Do you have a carbon fiber version, Rat? And Robert says he's got extra large hands. Yeah. Yeah. Represent. Robert says, did Harry get that thing cut apart yet? Richard, hey, I'm getting the blame. What? Abby says, I wear large size gloves, maybe when he's in the winter perhaps, but I would say my hands are that big, but I can easily palm a golf ball. Propsauce says he did not necessarily agree with the X Lite. He put a different kind of emoticon, but we'll just say it didn't agree with him. Yes, I still like the blue, so you know, I like the blue color. So you know, is it a good remote? I don't know.
I don't know. It does the job.
Yeah, I guess I'm slightly biased. I have a couple of them, so you know, we're slightly biased because of the blue color. You can wear. Oh yeah, you can wear cut-off gloves. That's another option. Yeah, nice.
Fashion sense.
Yeah.
Gotta look.
Cut-offs. Fingers don't even fit in a large pair of gloves. What's he even talking about now? But yes, there you go. PG, guys, PG. Anyway, do you want me to have a crack at that?
Yeah.
Okay, stop over. My turn. So what are we trying to do? Take those parts apart on the sides?
Ideal.
I can try the Dremel on it.
Yeah.
Might have to.
Okay.
Do we need to open it? Oh, we kind of do, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're still whittling away, but it's proving somewhat
That glue.
That glue is, I mean, you know, it's somewhat troublesome, that glue.
Well, it's good glue, though.
Yeah.
Never.
You recommend that glue, wouldn't you?
What kind of glue do you think you use? Did you?
I'm thinking 5-minute epoxy.
5 minute. 5 minute lasts for a lifetime.
Robert said second shift is in to cut it in half.
Do you think I should
And
go?
tag team it out. Yeah. Yeah. Tag in, right? Like wrestling.
Do you want me to go up a grade?
I mean, the other way is there's no reason why you couldn't just cut it, right, with a hacksaw.
Yeah. No.
And you could just fill in the gap if there was one.
There is no gap.
There's no gap. Happy RC sets. She's really looked at getting the Zaro. And liked how my buddy's one felt, but opted against it.
Why do you keep adding that weird voice?
I don't know. Because he's afraid the screen would take a beating out there. But I'm using it for you. Yeah, fair enough. And they reckon that Zara is not if you're doing pinch type stuff. So
All right.
Mainly just for thumbing people or hybrid sort of radio. Fair enough. And the Heavy RC says the GX12 has a really good feel and balance well. Thinking about making that my line of sight radio. GX12, maybe we can look that up too. Why not?
I mean, we've got the, what have we got as a remote?
What's it called? It's called the GX what?
GX12, you said.
GX12.
We've got the jumper T16, is it?
Yeah.
And we use that quite happily. But a buddy of ours, he's got the Radio Master Boxer, eh?
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. Look quite cool.
GX12. Okay, hang on a second. Here we go. It is. Right there. No, wrong way around. That way.
Hey, you're getting there.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Is that the GX12? Yeah, it is GX12, so it must be, right? Yeah. The TX16S Mark III is coming. Says props off.
Nice. Sounds cool.
And it looks a bit thinner than the current one. And Robert says my main backup of all things is the Taranis X.
X9D we're doing it.
Are you talking about the X9D like we have? Or is it, I've had it since it was brand new and it's never let me down. Yeah.
We always use the X9D. People are like, who uses that anymore?
This is the GX12 that you're talking about, eh? Yeah, he reckons the Happy RC reckons that the TX16S is his long range radio.
Which one, sir?
The TX16S.
Nice. Nice. Oh, hang on, I'm still cutting there. Got distracted.
Got distracted by
keep
my
going,
own
keep going.
genius. Hang on. I was just going to see if we got it. Did we bring it around?
Hey?
Yeah, we did. This one.
But yes, hopefully everybody's having a great week and enjoying the stream.
During the stream, yeah. Is this the so this is the T16 that we have, which is that one.
Yep, with a giant antenna.
With a giant.
You talk about modules on the back.
Talking about modules, check that bad boy out. Easy.
30 kilometers.
30 kilometers, old school. Yo.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how he rolls.
That's long range, bruh. I'm not sure why I'm putting that accent in.
It's just the accent of the live stream.
Yeah. But it, yeah, props off reckons it wasn't for him.
Fair enough.
Was that the GX12 or the T16? It's supposed to be the minus 33 tonight. Wow.
Whoa.
That is somewhat chilly.
I
On
guess
the side of the dirt. Yeah, fair enough. That's a bit cold.
that is a little bit cold. Over here, we're apparently in kind of like a lockdown, aren't we, Richard?
Harry said, imagine how fast he could cut with that saw if he had a Red Bull.
Now you're talking.
Story my fuel right there.
Or if the blade was facing the right way, to.
Hey, it's a little bent. It just means it's been used heaps.
Yeah.
Having a dick. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I guess you're trying to do it delicately, right?
I don't want to break it.
Enter it into oblivion. And Props Up reckons that minus 33 is not for him.
Fair enough. Yeah. Minus 33. That is cold.
Yeah, that is pretty cold, isn't it? Minus 33.
Be careful,
what even
guys.
happens at minus
Yeah.
33?
Be careful out there. I'm pretty sure you got to be careful.
Yeah. How's that going? Is it working?
How far do you want to get off?
Hey?
Do you want to go all the way off? Or just one side?
I don't know. Let's see where we go. And it said it would be minus 43 by Friday. Is it working its way up to like minus 50? Is that what the goal is of the wind? Weather?
The weather.
That's cold, man.
Yeah, that's super cool.
It'd be like a. He said it'd be like. Happy says it'd be like a woodpecker with like a typewriter kind of thing. And he reckons that Props Up reckons that you should possibly move. That Robert should possibly move to Florida. He's suggesting these things.
Or to New Zealand.
Or to New Zealand, you're more than welcome.
Yep.
Where we just had some flooding, so maybe not this week.
Yeah, maybe not this week, but
Yeah.
there's
Maybe not this
people
week, maybe
people
next
lost some of their houses this week, so good for them. Unlucky.
Does he know? He's reminding you that you're cutting the vice in half.
Come here.
Actually, I can do this, I think. Hang on. I'll try a different angle. Hang on. Oh, look at that.
Huh? What'd you do?
Yeah, half and half.
Half your nose.
Half your nose. If I angle it slightly.
Yeah.
Down, so you can see it. There you go. Angle that slightly down. There you go. There you go. Like that. There you go. That way you can see. It's two people in the
In the frame.
In the frame. I set that up the other day. I was hoping to see if it would work. Robert says the Florida's got snow. Oh, even Florida's got the snow. All right.
What? I thought that was like Disneyland Central. I didn't think they got snow.
I didn't think it. Yeah, I didn't think it did. Yeah.
Oh. There you go. Maybe the.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we were on lockdown last night with all the
Wind and rain.
wind and the
Willows?
thunderstorm man said,
Not allowed.
you're not allowed out of your house. So I guess we were on somewhat of a lockdown. They're not always that nice to us over here.
No.
But, today's another day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, did we make this good?
It's still going.
Hey? Yeah. Still going. Maybe we should have got the Dremel out. What do you reckon?
Do you have a Dremel?
Yeah, Dremel's just there.
Would that help that much? Because it's not that thick.
No, not really.
Give me a hand. Maybe we can jump over here and help you out. Whip it out real quick. You got the you can speed things up with the blade.
Hmm?
The electric blade, the reciprocating saw.
The reciprocating saw might be a bit harsh on it, I think.
Would it matter though?
No, to hold. I wasn't meaning what it can do. We can try for a second. Hang on.
Okay, hang on. I grab
Grab a battery.
Grab some of my equipment. Hang on.
We'll cut this guy up. But yes.
I don't know how much we'll get done on this guy. We might just get it stripped down.
Maybe. But hey, we're making progress.
He said with the intensity of the cutting. Yeah. Hang on, I need to jump onto that one. Hang on. Hang on a sec. Oh, hang on. Is that there?
Hang on.
You see the focus on that intensity you are cutting.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that is pretty cold, eh? Okay, let's get this done. Okay,
See if this can do it. Don't know.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Well, if you
try.
cut this way,
Okay.
cut that way.
Got it.
Just put it in the vise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get it done.
What do you reckon, like this way?
Yeah. So it's getting dire. Time's down.
Stand back again.
Yeah.
Just hold it. Don't hold it.
Okay.
I just don't want it getting cut. It's cooking days. Cooking. Woo! Yeah, make it too wet. If you can drop that side, then we can get some real.
I might have missed this, but why are you cutting it?
What's that?
So why are you cutting it?
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So that. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. It's a good question.
okay. So when we put it together so it wouldn't come apart. So what we're doing is
So two halves make a hole, and then
the coupling.
so outboard motor, right? Went on there. Yep. Then the coupling snapped down here somewhere. So the only way to get to it was either remove the top plate, which makes sense, right? And that's fine, but to attach the coupling back on,
We need one side.
we need one side at least on.
Yeah.
Otherwise we can't attach it back on. But the other option, of course, we could cut a hole inside and do it as an axis.
Too bad. That's too bad.
We're going to do it.
But pretty much cut it. But so far the cuttings are coming along.
Yeah. But yes, good, valid question. Because otherwise it just looks like you're cutting it apart. They're pointing out the fact that are you melting or you're cutting it?
We're doing both.
They said you guys must be engineers.
Okay. Hold it on there.
I feel like you want me to say that sarcastically, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. I'm going to say,
Okay.
thanks very much.
It's a compliment.
It's a compliment. I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Keep on. Grab another one. What's he doing there?
We can go away. We don't need it.
No,
This is because they're the only ones you decide so you can't get into. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't serviceable. But it's serviceable with a couple of hacksaws and like half an hour.
Whoa. Am I gonna hold? Come on.
Come on, man.
Stop wrecking my joint.
Just remember this little guy here. Right? Oh, that, alright? Yeah, yeah. Don't go any closer than that. Have a look, right? Yeah, have a look.
How's that?
Yes, hold it.
You get there?
Yes. The other option, by the way,
Yeah.
what you could do.
What's the other one?
You just cut that one off. And then that way you're just at the top one. And then you can work it out afterwards and go through all that way.
Just chop straight.
We'll chop that one off straight down there.
Okay, we'll do that. No biggie.
Yeah,
Yeah, you hold it
there.
Alright, I'll cut it. Here you go. Stand back.
Well.
Okay. Okay, so guys, okay.
We're getting distracted by what
we
we're
got
doing.
distracted by the cutting. Is that an inboard housing 3D print? Yes, it's an outboard. Yes, so it's a 3D. It's PETG, the material that we're cutting. It's our own design, and
Yes, it is somewhat solid.
yes. Move your hand. Move your hand, says Robert. I could see this going south. You guys probably have the PLA blade on there. You need the PETG blade.
Yeah.
Has anybody done that? Has anybody ever made a 3D printed blade? It seems a bit dumb.
Well, like like people do like 3D printed propellers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need the other prop, man.
Funny.
There you go.
Okay, we are winning, even though it might not feel like it.
Yeah, we are winning.
Okay. All right. She is on well.
Good.
I mean, I am pleased that we did it. We made it so well.
Yeah.
The downside, of course, is we made it so well that we can't get into it.
Oh, we'll get into it. Just have to take it down.
Okay, so that's where we're at in the set, by the way. We're cut through about halfway at the moment. And then a little bit off the top. So, yeah, we've got to take it slowly because we want it to be at least more or less intact. And then I'm not too sure about the PETG blade idea. What? I thought it was a genius idea. What you doing over there?
Oh, I was just trying to fix this. That's fine. I'll get that later.
Oh, yeah.
Just melt it. That's right. We'll just get the flames on it. Okay, cool. You want me to chop it through?
Yeah, maybe. Just
Chop all the way
go
through?
through. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we cut through like that? Or
We'll do a separate, are you sure?
like that? There's no safe way of doing this, I don't think. Safe. There's a relative term.
It's a little bit bent.
A little bit crooked. Tweak it back in front line.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, this is.
A bit
I
sketchy.
feel that's too sketchy.
That way, you can put it in their blade there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's solid. It's solid.
That's a solid plan. That's
Uh,
safer. I'd say safer with a sort of a questionable.
Robert says you guys have a heat torch that heat that blade up and then just use it that way. Robert says, Harry and Richard, trust me, I'm a surgeon.
Just go and do it, man. Just do it. Don't think this dude do it.
Yeah. Okay, where's that pair of pliers?
What was the one last live stream? Oh, Dan Zilla was trying to get us to dance or something. Dance, man.
Come on. You
Come
put
on,
your
man.
dancing shoes on.
Get your dancing shoes on.
Okay.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, just cut on that side. If you cut on that side, we should be good. Because the hole is pretty much, see the hole? If you cut on that hole above it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep. Take your time.
Oh. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Down to this particular design, that particular cut is that it will cut, and then you won't have anything like flat.
Okay.
Because once you put it back on, it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you cut there and you get one side off, then it will still flat.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the overall integrity of the design.
Okay. So
Otherwise, we're set. What about what other tool?
you can't just like fry it. Yeah? Like put it.
It's too good. It's
Too good. Designed it too well.
I'll try it again. Here. Oh yeah, this one because it's nearly done.
It's nearly there.
Oh, we'll just keep playing with it.
Happy reckons he votes dynamite if it doesn't work.
Totally.
He said, Robert said it's like watching something. Trying to butcher a cow with a button.
What's that?
It's like trying to butcher a cow with a button on it.
Funny. I was just trying to.
Get the dynamite. Makes the vote.
I was just trying not to break it too much. Take it apart and not break it.
Yeah.
Good old epoxy, eh?
Yeah. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Nothing we can't fix. But yes, hopefully you guys are having fun
Yeah.
and enjoying yourselves like we are.
Sometimes it goes. Sometimes you can do things by the book, and then.
The other option is what we could do is we could move that right there. It's kind of in the way.
Okay.
Take that off too.
All right.
What do you reckon?
You can do that. You want to?
Do you think?
You can try. Yeah. Sure.
If I take that off, it's like it's like trying to get into something that can't be. If you take that off and I take that off, it's like reverse engineering, like the screw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much there. Just this one little section at the front, pretty much. Yeah, take that off. I'll take that one off. And I'll take that one off there. Yeah, we're getting there anyway. These ones can easily be glued back on, not a big deal. This is the rudder I'm cutting off at the moment, by the way. Yeah. I was trying to do it so I didn't break it, but oh well. Nothing you can't fix with a bit of glue.
Yeah.
All right.
So fix it with some glue.
More glue.
More glue.
Yeah.
He says. Robert says, you guys hoot well with the extra stream. Cheers, man. He says, are you sure this is not a commercial for the brand of Foxy? He says it's a commercial for the brand of Foxy on filament.
Funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, solid as a rock.
He said, so what you say, Rich, is the same amount of time it's taken to it's like the equivalent of like if we just reprinted the whole thing.
Yeah, could have done. I don't want to reuse it. Yeah. Cool.
You want me to clear that blade? I can clear it in the background if you want.
No, yeah, sure. Clear this blade?
Yeah.
No, blade?
Yeah, you know.
Use the heat on it like the blowtorch idea, I think.
Oh, yeah. Is that in the other room?
I don't know. We put the blowtorch somewhere.
It's hilarious.
That's the good thing about using the hacksaw.
I guess you're going to do like what was suggested, right?
What's that?
Well, he said like heat it up like a blowtorch.
Yeah, and they'll just melt away.
Like this kind of thing.
Well, it should melt away.
Should do.
But yes, we're getting there. We're making headway. Is it coming through?
We're tempering the blade now.
Reconditioning the blade.
Yeah, it's kind of wood.
Just need to heat it up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Not towards me.
No. Robert says he's printing a 60 mil jet drive as an experiment.
Sounds cool.
That's pretty cool.
Jet drive, wow. Sounds exciting. Sounds pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Very cool.
That'd be pretty cool, eh?
What's it going in?
Yeah, what kind of boat is it going in?
Or it might not be, it might be a plane.
It might be a jet too, right?
Jet plane.
Jet plane, yeah.
Or maybe a jet boat.
And Robert asked where have you found that sprint car?
That's that?
That sprint car, you know how he's got that really cool little car? The classic car?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, looks cool, eh? Oh, hang on. If it works, he's gonna have it. Okay, yeah.
Why not?
He's got two of them apparently. That's really cool. Everything work on that one?
Just about.
Yeah, sure. Cool. I just changed it to like DIY on that one rather than outdoors. All good?
Is that Twitch, that one?
Yeah, no, tick.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Happy says it was hiding at an RC swap meet.
Nearly there.
They couldn't pass it up. Yeah, fair enough. It's pretty cool, eh? Yeah. That's a cool thing. Cool car. You might be there, ain't you?
Just about, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just the front on. Once we break this down, it should be quite easy to put it back together.
You kept your head down for a while. Reshuffling cards in ways no one thought were possible. Those who might disappeared fast as your ranks began.
Nice. That one's probably all good. You need another one? Yeah, nice. Is it a hand?
Just need to hold it in there somehow.
Okay.
Just a final little cut. I can get the side off it. Right, of course.
Really doesn't want to cut, eh?
No.
I think it must be because you can't do that PLA thing. Or PETG thing. I mean, clearly it's cutting, but it's not.
Not great. Oh, okay. How was that held together? There's not much holding there.
No, it's not. Why are you beating me, man?
Anyway, we're getting there. I can see it all the way through.
They're talking about RC cars at the moment here.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Different prices, things like that. And they're talking about the Traxxas.
Oh,
Mass
Traxxas?
produced, yeah, it was quite
Is
popular.
that the one that can go across the water?
I think so. Yeah. Okay, Traxxas will mass produce it apparently. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool, eh? So there's some new stuff coming up for this year and next year. How you doing? You know it's getting pretty dire when he pulls up the hammer, don't you?
There's not much holding it on there. I would have thought it would have already dropped off, but no.
It's cool. What's it at now? Does it move?
Yeah, moves.
You can't like put like a
Like a
screwdriver in
in
there.
it, yeah. Flathead, probably.
I got this one. Or like a big one. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
Here we go.
Oh, now it comes away.
Hey, look, it came away at the glue point. There you go, eh?
Do you need the other one?
It can stay there, I think.
Oh, you didn't cut through that one.
Hey?
You didn't cut through this thing.
No, it would stay there.
Alright, fair enough. Cool. So there you go. 2 halves make a whole.
2 holes make a half.
2 halves make a whole.
There you go.
So yeah, I guess you're right. It is a commercial for
Super glue.
epoxy glue. All right, that was intense.
Yeah, it got there though. I knew I'd get it.
So do you think maybe we should just put it back together? Maybe not, eh?
Oh, you mean like something fancy into it?
Yeah, maybe. Is Snap-on a company, is it? Snap-on, they're talking about Snap-on.
Snap-on tools.
Snap-on RC. Must be.
Not familiar with that one.
Not familiar with that company. That's what we're talking about at the moment on chat. Thanks for joining in, guys. If you're joining us on Livestream at the moment, what we're doing is we're working on our RC Subskimmer. It's a design based on Special Forces, and we've scaled it down to be radio controlled, and at the moment we are adjusting, or trying to adjust the outboard that we designed, 3D printed design that we came up with, and at the moment it failed halfway through the drive shaft, snapped in the center, and
So we're just fixing that.
We're attempting to fix it, is what we're doing. Thanks for joining in. He says, Robert says, in the next episode we'll be reprinting this outboard motor.
What's that?
He said, in the next episode we will be reprinting this outboard motor. Funny guy. Funny guy. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, she'll be right.
She'll be right, love.
She'll be right, man.
She'll be right, man.
No, we should be right.
Actually, I can do this, I think. There you go. Okay, so 2 halves make a whole, and it's a lot better when it's in half.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so this was the issue, by the way. Harry's taken off with it.
Do you need it?
Yeah, so this was the issue. The drive shaft snapped in half on live stream. So we saw the footage earlier, which came up and brought it up on the main screen about when it did shatter in half. And ironically, what happened was we were able to actually retrieve the drive shaft. It stayed in there when we pushed the boat back. Happy RCC snap-on tools are like overpriced tools, a lifetime warranty. So you can buy a $5 screwdriver for. Fair enough. That sounds a bit like kind of like Tupperware was a bit like that, lifetime warranty, right? But that's a bit different.
Tupperware. No, I don't know if Tupperware's a thing anymore.
Robert says it's your driver determination that's going to make this channel go places, Harry Richard.
Oh, very
Cheers,
kind of you,
man.
man. Where's the camera now? Oh, over there, over Richard.
Oh, you want it? Okay.
No, that's fine.
No. All right, well, we can do 2 things at once.
Split screen, split screen.
Split screen, we can do that. No, not that one. Not that one. Yeah, there we go.
I was just going to give him the thumbs up. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, nice.
Did you were talking about your inboard outboard drive? Are you going to use it for you're talking about with the kayak? Are you going to do it? You're talking about 3D printing it. Is it something that you found on the internet or a design that you come up with yourself? And what sort of motor are you going to put on to power it through? Happy points out that it's going to be Harry Richards' drive, not the outboard drive. Funny guy. Funny guy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that particular drive shaft had seen better days. The propeller's all good, though.
Yeah.
Propeller's all good. He said it's one that he's found off the internet, and I'm putting a depth finder on it.
Oh, wow, cool.
Cool. What was the motor you're going to use or attempt to move? Or was it one unit already? It might already be done. Which is even cooler because then you don't have to fiddle around with it. And you don't have to make or repair a drive shaft like we're doing at the moment. But one thing we don't like to do is we don't like to, even if we're not using something, we like to have it like serviceable, like have it ready to use, even if we're not using it. So having just been sitting around for the last couple of months, just not being able to use and not being fixed was kind of annoying. Every time you walk past, you go, oh, not that thing. So overall, it'd be good to have it, whether we have to reprint the whole thing out again or what.
Oh, I don't think you need to do that.
But it seems fine, more or less. I mean, a couple of little damaged pieces, but most of it was just, most of it's just a bit of plastic welding. It will be fixed in about a second. Because it's so dense, because I think we printed it like, was it 90%? 99% dense.
99?
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't We didn't make it tiny or anything. We didn't do it like 60% infill. It was like 100% infill.
So what do you reckon? Do you think we should put the drive shaft back in, like that?
The other thing you could do is we could use common sense and on the instead of gluing it back on, we could put some bolts on the side, and then add some taps on the other side.
Or what you could do is just put the bolts in through this way.
Yeah.
So just for that second housing.
For that second housing, that way we don't have that.
Then if we need to go in here again, it's not such a big deal. So
Yeah.
that side could be on.
Because I feel that's probably where it might be going. So what's the autopsy, Harry? Why did it break? Do we know?
I think what it was is inside here. Like Happy said, that maybe
So maybe
the
it's-
90-degree angle and going at high speed, maybe the torsional stress
What,
probably
melted
caused
the
it. But I
plastic?
think also there might have been a bit too much play inside
Too much vibration, you reckon?
because it was just inside there.
So we're talking about this, right? So like that. So effectively, like that, always rotating.
Yeah,
So it lasted for quite a while,
yeah,
but not long enough.
not long enough. No, I don't think.
So either the plastic, what we were talking about before, either the plastic itself welded it inside while it's spinning.
Yeah. Or
But why would it do that when it's already at full RPM? You'd think it would do that like on startup or something. Is it a gear drive?
no,
Is
direct,
it a gear drive? Just straight direct drive,
straight to that motor.
like a
The
rear
motor
end,
behind
no,
it.
no, no. No, just straight direct drive. So Harry's got the thing. Hang
The
on.
motor's beside you.
So what we're talking about is this. So like that, right? Where's the outboard?
Behind you.
Don't see it. Anyway.
The outboard's right there. Right there. Funny.
Right. So what we're talking about is this, and then that goes on top like that, right? And then the shaft drives straight, direct shaft drive all the way down, just like they do on what we
GM.
based it off, and then it comes out the end there. So yeah, effectively like that, and then bend up into it. So that's where we're at. Is the drive channel filled with grease or just air and water? It is both. It had been pumped through full of grease. Hadn't it, Her?
It did. We put heaps in.
Yeah, but perhaps not enough. And maybe the size of the borehole might not have been enough either. Like for example, here we go. All right. Oh yeah, there you go. It's like that. See, there you go. So it still can go back in easy now. It still can rotate.
Just tune in. See you on the next live stream. Or if you want to see more, carry on YouTube.
But that's what we're talking about there. Like that. So it still works. It just doesn't work as well as it should. That's what we're talking about. Like that. You would be better off with a gear drive like a rear end of a truck or a car. Yeah, it would be right. Especially on an outboard because it's pretty mean bend on that shaft. Yes. But we did base. You are correct. Yeah, there's a. I know what you're talking about.
Like a coupling 90
Like
degree.
a coupling 90 degree. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But the only reason why I went with this one was because
It was available.
it was available, and also we had seen a similar design, right? That was obviously a commercial one that you could buy, but it was as a physical thing, and they'd done something very similar. With that being like
But
that.
not 3D printed.
It wasn't 3D printed or anything, but it did have that massive hook system going on. But you are probably right. I can tell you one thing, it goes actually quite efficiently in the water. It sits really well.
Cool. Okay. Swap over to your one. What's next? What's the next plan?
Good question. How are we going on time?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it. Where my chair go?
That's this one. Hey, I'm back. Maybe we need to modify a weed trimmer. Weed whacker. It's like Richard sitting on your shoulders, feet on your conscience, Harry, the way the video is
Yes.
I guess it does look a bit with that cross. Half and half screen.
Very true.
Okay. So what's the plan of attack?
This is the broken one. In here.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
There we go. Anyway.
There we go, guys. Yeah.
Of course, the other option is we could just leave it there. Right?
So we go. That may be an option.
Because I mean, we did make pretty good progress. We got it stripped apart to where we want it.
Amount of prop on your weed whacker of a gas boat. But then it would run. It wouldn't run. Yeah, it wouldn't run over without a hot air balloon hooked to the end. See, it looks fine. Look at that.
See, it's just pump it for more grease, right? What do you reckon? It's the perfect direction. Like when it goes along in the water, it's like perfect.
So here's an idea. What you could use is a gear drive off an old grinder.
Man, that would hop along pretty good.
Yeah, but you're talking about the grinding couple. So then you go down straight vertically and then horizontally 90 degrees to it, right? That is
ideally, yeah.
Ideally,
maybe for another build. Perhaps.
Different design. That's the Mark II. This is the Mark I. There's always issues with Mark I. It actually looks the part though. Like,
Don't you think it looks cool? What do you guys reckon? Do you think it looks cool?
maybe we should just, for this particular one, maybe we should just
Put it back together.
put it
Like
back together and then put it back on the boat.
I mean, when we say put it back together, we still have to chop it and we have to modify and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And this wobble, can we fix that? Can we fix that?
Robin says, we will see in tomorrow's print of the album.
Funny guy.
Look at that. And see, you just can't buy that sort of
Like commercial grain. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'd like to fix, the only thing I'd like to fix is just maybe what we'll do is we'll add maybe some filament on the end and then rebore that end hole.
Okay. So
There's a little bit of wiggly,
but not at the top
at
end.
that end. It's really good. So if we could get that sorted, maybe that's all you need to do. Maybe just because of that motion there while it's spinning.
But it's solid as it's like it's a
spinning machine.
it wants to work. Because that's the other option is where we can leave it there on the live stream, on this one live stream, then carry on the next live stream with it. What do you guys reckon?
Could you drill into where the shaft is and thread a grease zert into it? You absolutely could.
The shaft is inside here.
And squirt the drill into
You
it.
mean like put a plug? You mean? Is that what Robert means? Shaft is.
Yeah, I think that's what
I
you
think
mean.
that's what you mean.
Inject grease into it.
Why is that middle section, middle cavity?
Maybe this one would be all original first.
Ever boat and someday get raffled off to the futures and spend its life on a shelf in combat. No, it's designed to be used. Yes. Okay. No, that's a good idea. Yeah. We could put like a tap and drill a tap in there, and then we'll tap it, and then we'll gap it, and we'll put the grease.
It's a different thing.
No, we don't know about those things. Just a saying. It doesn't mean anything. But yes. And yeah, no, we could put a bit of like a grease tap in there. Now, what would we use to tap it off? Just put something back over the top.
You got a plug?
Kind of plug. You need to make a plug.
Do you need to make a plug or just put a bit of like a melted thing back over the top?
So,
Yeah. Or add a like a TPU plug in the side of it back in.
TPU plug. That's a good idea.
Yeah. It does spin quite well. Yeah. So the only thing I can see that I think we might do is just stop it from wiggling a bit. That bit there on the end.
Robert says, do you think it was the speed that bounded it up on and caused the mishap? It was going too fast.
Too quick.
It was hopping along pretty good.
But there doesn't seem to be anything jammed in the borehole.
Then the other option is that it got rusted, like we didn't put enough grease in, or it spun out the grease, like by putting a tap on the side, maybe adding like a bit more grease in there
and
each
then
time.
a little bit less, and then make that a bit less of a wiggle hole, so it stops it wobbling.
So that's a
So there's
possibility.
a possibility. Most of all my boats have gears,
Oh,
grease filled, stuffer tubes around the drive shaft. Yep, these are all good things.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well, we can put a tap on the side of it.
Yep.
Do you want to put it like just? Do we know where the
What do
hole?
you reckon? Should we just tap it and then fill with grease?
Fill with grease and then.
Yeah.
fix
All theirs have got the old gear drive. You know, they're just lucky individuals, aren't they?
What's that?
They're lucky individuals. They got a gear drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, on our autonomous boat, it's pretty much the same thing. It's similar shaft. It's just straight, so it doesn't go at a 90 degrees. It's just straight.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
And mostly they would have grease in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not that we didn't put grease in it.
Just run it without. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just run it dry. No.
Let's say
Hindsight always comes back and bites you in the
end. Yeah. Well, maybe that's the reason why it rusted up and then sheared at that point. So maybe putting a tap on it is a great idea. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. We can put that in. Any questions? Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it the next time?
Well, we've got some. We can do some more edit. You reckon?
Do more of the editing for this week's episode?
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we have made some pretty good headway on this live stream, haven't we? What do you reckon?
But only at the ending. Yeah. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there, not because we can't keep going, but because that one's off. That one's off.
Yeah.
So not because we need to just because we can get the episode that we're doing for Tuesday, right?
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Robert says, I'm off to bed, guys. Take care. Another great show. I think you should have even more than 2 a week. Even more than 2 live streams a week. Wow. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thanks, man. And take care.
Yeah,
and thanks so much for tuning in.
That was food for thought. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Happy to see this great stream. It's been fun. Thanks, man. So we're just on our normal sign out. We appreciate you all very much for tuning in. It's been fun. We've made some good progress. We've stripped the guy apart. We've taken it off the Subskimmer, the guy behind us, and we've put the new shaft in that we ordered. And the old ones there. The coupling's all good. It's been re-oiled, and the idea will be on the next stream. The next stream it will be we'll be carrying on with the coaxial RC plane. That'll be later on in the week, maybe on the weekend for us. And
Just stay tuned for the announcements coming up.
Oh yeah, stay tuned. Yeah. And so we'll jump over to the other one. What do you reckon?
Yeah. That way we can get working on the editing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we won't have an episode to put up.
Yeah, put up on Tuesday for you guys. So Robert, thanks so much. Happy, and all the other people, thank you very much. And we'll jump over to our sign out.
Have you got the camera set up?
No, it's not sign out.
Okay, Harry's going to get it all signed up. But yes,
I think we made some
pretty good progress.
Whoa, around here.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good to get that one coming along. Keep up the great work, says Happy. And keep having fun and
Thanks
be
so much.
interesting with custom build RCs. Cheers, man.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, so we're jumping to the last slide, and thanks very much, everybody. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Can you see me?
No.
Oh,
It's just the top of your head. You need to break it down a bit.
what about that?
Push it down. Yeah, that's right. We can work with
Sorry?
that. Just you have to lean forward though.
Lean forward.
About there. Yeah, you're good. Just leave it there.
Okay, we'll just do our sign out.
Yeah, it's all good. Yep. Everybody says catch you later. All right.
Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the episode. We appreciate you very much. I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard, and we have to
Thank all our sponsors. Thank you most of all for tuning in, and we'll see each other on the next live stream, and episodes come out on Tuesday.
And the episode this week was all about the VTOL dropship, so remember to go back and check that all out. Very cool.
Yes, it's very big, and it's taking up a lot more on the shop now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a lot of printing last week on him, and he is sure taking shape. Quite happy with how it's coming along.
Yeah.
Kind of based on the Edge of Tomorrow and Elysium.
Vertical
Quad.
takeoff, quad tilt rotor design.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
cool.
Yes.
And coming up on Tuesday next week, hopefully we'll have another episode made up for you.
Yes.
And
Well,
we'll
we'll-
be starting a new build with 2 separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, more will be
More details will come.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so we'll sign out in 3, 2, 1, go! HR Racing, HR Racing, HR Racing. Yeah.
Thanks
Thanks
a
so
lot.
much, guys.
Thanks
See
so
you on the next one.
Awesome.
Awesome. That was fun.
Yeah. Let's go fly.
Have a great one, guys. See you next time.